You are now listening to a certified good classic.
Yeah, I'm recording now.
Sweet.
All right, is everybody recording?
I'm recording.
I'm recording.
Let's do clap sync on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, well that didn't exactly pan out.
Guys, like what? All right, let's try that again.
I was waiting for you to say 3. And then
I was as well. Yeah, I wasn't really sure, but
I'm glad I wasn't alone on that.
All right, let's do that again.
I have my Diet Pepsi.
that's good. That's cool.
Nice, man.
Okay, so do you want to do a different clap sync, or are you gonna work with that?
No, I think we need to do a correct one, guys.
Okay.
I'm
That
thinking
was
so
pretty
too. Yeah.
bad. Okay.
Okay.
One, 2, 3. All right, there we go.
All right. I think that was.
Yeah, if you can work with that, then that should
Alright.
be fine.
All right.
Okay.
Love it.
So, do you guys need us to walk you through the deal beforehand, or
The deal, was there something
The deal?
agreed on beforehand that I didn't know about?
no? Like, you know, like this stuff, like close your. Oh, hey,
Rice Pirate's here.
in the chat.
Oh.
Hey, Mick.
I think the deal is no drinking into your mic, no farting into your mic.
Well-
if you got to piss, just go in your pants.
Yeah, I'd shit my pants.
Yeah. Typical podcast etiquette.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I like how Mick is just here. Like Rice Pirate Mick is just here.
Is he usually not here?
Yeah, he's usually not here. He's not even in the voice chat. He's just in the text chat.
Oh,
No.
nice. He should follow me on Twitter. If that's the case. I was gonna say you've had him on the show before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not just randomly here.
That'd be so funny if you had never interacted with him and he just showed up.
I dropped my Twitter handle just on the off chance that he follows me.
Okay. If you guys are here for the recording, by the way, go ahead and type 5.
Wait, which chat should I be looking in?
The one that says recording chat.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. As opposed to like food or guest suggestions. Yeah.
Well, we're like voice chat.
Oh, Rice Pirate saying we should get Zach on with him too. Sucky Pebbles.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that would be so
That'd
amazing.
be fucking awesome.
Well, we've had most of the people from the Sleepy Cabin on at this point. We just need to get the rest.
Every podcast with Zach just goes completely off the rails, and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tabor had Zach on twice on TCU.
He did. Yeah.
I feel like you guys can get him.
Hey, Rice Pirate.
Hey, Mick.
Is my mic on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Turn the shit off. Somebody mute me.
Hello.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. That was a nice little cameo.
Did you hijack his IP address and turn his mic on?
All right.
If you're here for Mick, that wasn't the whole thing, by the way. He comes back on later and stays for over an hour.
So we normally have the guest start us off, so go ahead.
I did it last time, Jonathan.
I
so
did
you
it
can,
last time actually.
You guys
on
had
my
separate
episode.
episodes.
How about we do it at the same time? But
I've
say
never been on
completely
this show,
different
actually. Yeah, I think we could do
Oh, I need to
that.
close my window.
Okay.
things. Oh. Okay.
Hey, welcome to the first.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it
You're
going?
on the first podcast.
You're on the first podcast
the one
with me, Doplex
And me.
TV.
J. Aubrey Studios 82.
That's us. That's the
And
two of
me.
us.
And us.
And me. Is that good?
It was semi-competent, actually. Yeah.
Thank you.
Borderline
I thought that
coherent.
was pretty
A
good.
little too coherent.
Maybe a little more stumbling. Like a little more. It was almost too good.
Yeah. We should do it again, but faster.
Yeah,
Just
make
keep
sure to
going
trip
faster and
over our
faster.
words a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the chaotic energy of this show.
Well, welcome to the show, guys. This is the first podcast. 120,000 people can't be wrong.
Or can they?
I'm your host, Lars, and with me, as always, is America's boyfriend, co-host Joe.
Hi.
Is he gonna say anything?
Hey. How's it going?
You right, Joe?
Yeah.
You got your Diet Pepsi?
I've got Diet Pepsi in front of me, and coffee and water and acetone,
Nice.
All right.
just in case.
The essentials.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to give the audience a recap, since both of you guys have been on before, but just like a real quick, who are you, and what are you doing here?
Me? I'm Joe. I am co-host today.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a channel called J Aubrey where I do commentaries or video essays, whatever you want to call them, on celebrities and YouTubers. Anybody that I think is interesting enough. Sometimes it's like a retrospective on a situation, or maybe just kind of like an analysis of a person like Kanye West. It just kind of whatever, I guess. And I've been on this show before.
And they're very good, by the way.
Thank you.
Incredibly
You're
good.
too kind.
Works of
Too
art.
sweet.
You are too kind. That's not.
And what
you
about
got to be a
this?
little bit more objective.
Yeah.
They suck. Just kidding. No,
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Just
Jay Aubrey.
gotta be honest.
His videos are okay, and
Mhm.
he's a rising star, but not too fast.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You have
That's-
to.
yeah.
I'll take that.
And
That's a pretty good description.
Doplex. He's fine.
That is me. Hi. How's it going? I've been here before. I do. It's not commentary. It's like kind of like reaction commentary videos, kind of, with like little funnies, ha-has in between. And then I also I work over at Inside Gaming, Rooster Teeth. Them. Yeah.
What do you do for them?
Hey.
That's cool.
I edit. I'm a video editor, and I guess I write sometimes. I make some thumbnails. I edit the dailies.
What gives you the nerve? Just kidding.
I've been wondering that for years, actually. I don't even know. I don't even know how I got here.
Do you know where you are?
I mean, I know I'm in my apartment.
Oh,
if that's what
yeah.
you're asking.
Someone in the
Yeah.
chat says Jonathan's 6'4" Aubrey in his fucking dream.
That's not true. It's 7'4".
Yeah,
A lot of people don't know
7'4".
this, but
we're actually the same height.
Didn't you say on your
Yeah.
episode that you were like 5'4"? I think.
no, that's not true at all.
Oh.
That's
What was it?
not. Whatever it was, I lied because it's actually 7'8". I lied just now a second ago when I said 7'4".
See, I feel like
so.
being 7'8" would not be. It wouldn't actually be pleasant though. I feel like you'd have a lot of problems.
It's not. It's a burden, which is why I like to say I'm shorter. But in all actuality,
feel like you'd have
all
scoliosis.
laughing aside,
I have scoliosis.
yeah,
I
it is a
assume.
serious problem.
Oh,
I
you do?
assume. I've never
You
been
assume.
diagnosed, and I also have no reason.
not
Self-diagnosed
know.
scoliosis.
You have no reason to
Self-diagnosed
assume you have to be.
scoliosis.
Just say
I'm just
Like a fucking Tumblr girl, just like I have scoliosis.
I'm very neurotic. I just always looking for things, I guess.
Yeah.
By the way, I gotta admit, man, Jonathan, we were worried that like the Rona finally got to you a couple
I
years
was
ago.
real shame. Yeah. Why were you? Oh, right. Because I guess for people who don't know, we were planning on doing this like weeks prior, and then
Yeah.
what happened is I had some medical complications. Nothing too serious, but it was just I still don't even know what happened. But it was like whenever I tried to move my head, I would just be hit with this like feeling of dizziness to the point where I
Oh.
could barely walk. It was actually like scary at the moment, but it just kind of went away. And I went to a physical therapist, got like acupuncture, which is not a fun experience if you've ever had that, but I guess it helped because I haven't dealt with it since then. They think it was like an inner ear problem, but yeah, for a good couple days I just couldn't even move, so we had to reschedule.
That fucking
Rice
sucks.
Pirate called it. As you were saying that, he says sounds like maybe an inner ear issue.
Yeah, he's spot on.
I didn't know Rice Pirate was a doctor. I like having a doctor in the chat. That's really nice.
Yeah, it makes me feel safe.
Yeah. Quick, everybody, have a heart attack.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's really put him to the test. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Try saving all our lives.
So on the last episode we did with you, Jonathan, we talked about how your shorter videos, were a secret message to the right opinion that his videos were too damn long, and unfortunately, it seemed to have the opposite effect because today
exactly
he dropped
work.
a new video that was 4 hours long.
4.5 hours, actually.
Like,
Yeah, I
Christ!
don't know how he did it. I was talking to him actually just before we started recording this. He was telling me that the script was 61 pages long.
Jesus.
He had 18 editors work on it, which I actually assumed it was
Jeez.
going to be. That was surprising to me. I thought there were going to be more editors than that, but it was only...
I think,
Yeah.
wasn't it Shakespeare or someone that said brevity is the soul of wit? Like,
Somebody like that. I don't know.
for fuck's sake.
Well, why don't we talk shit on him a little more? Maybe
Yeah.
he'll come on.
I would love it. I mean, I could message him right now, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
See-
if he wants to make an appearance.
See if he'll see if he'll stop by. Let him know that we're telling him his videos are too long, and then he'll really want to.
Let him know that we're insulting him on air.
Yeah.
Well, what you guys should do is bring him on and insult him for 4 hours straight.
Yeah, exactly.
4 hours of just a barrage of
Let the
insults.
punishment fit the crime.
4.5 hours. We'll set a timer, and then we'll.
I mean,
Yeah.
so in all fairness, I'm not sure exactly what the video is about, but is that like a subject that deserves 4 hours of
I
discussion?
think
'Cause
so. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know much about Nikado Avocado besides the fact that there are years of. I mean, he has had a pretty extensive career on YouTube. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to him. So
Oh, yeah.
I feel like 4.5 hours is, although incredibly long, probably warranted. Considering
Yeah.
who it's
Yeah.
about.
I remember
That's,
hearing like that. Yeah, that guy. He was the guy who just burst into violent tears just normally
yeah.
on a video and stuff. I feel bad
Mhm.
for him almost.
That seems to be the norm on his channel, though.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a video of him and like his, I don't know if it's his boyfriend or his fiance or whatever, but they're fighting, and like it's funny because they're doing a mukbang and they're sitting in front of like a rotisserie chicken and some like spaghetti noodles, and they're talking about how his boyfriend might have cancer, and they're like crying, and it's just like it's the weirdest fucking thing because you have like the stark contrast of like way too much food and then like a really dark conversation, and that seems to be like the theme of his channel. So
Yeah.
I'd say 4.5 hours is definitely warranted for
I
that.
think I think a lot of people are confused on whether or not he's playing a character, or how much of that guy's persona is like actually genuine, which is something I don't know the answer to because I haven't seen James's video yet.
That's
Yeah.
And I frankly don't know much about him.
three Adam
But,
Sandler
yeah.
movies long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get a lot of like good Adam Sandler viewing in the meantime instead.
You guys ever see Little Nicky?
I have not.
Not in a long time.
I used
Am
to
I
not
missing
mind
out?
Adam Sandler. He used to be pretty decent.
I mean, he's great now. I saw Uncut Gems recently.
Yeah, I feel like that's an
me too,
exception
yeah.
though.
I feel like we should spend the rest of this interview talking about Little Nicky.
What? I don't remember enough about that movie.
Yeah, a movie that I haven't seen. That would make
just
a lot of
fucking
sense.
guess.
Well, I mean, I could take the lead. I'm
Sure, go for it.
Out of curiosity, what are your guys' thoughts on Uncut Gems? I'm curious to hear it.
Well, I haven't seen it in a good few months, and I was not fully into it because I was watching it with somebody who would not shut up the entire time. So I could only, I need to go back and rewatch it to kind of get the full scope of it. I know a lot of people say it's like an anxiety attack, like, beginning to end. And I didn't really get
Right.
that because I feel like I couldn't
Well,
really.
the thing is, you said that you watched with somebody who wouldn't shut up. The thing is, the movie doesn't shut up, and
That's
I feel like
true.
that kind of like
Maybe it just adds to it. Yeah.
yeah, totally. But I don't know. Like everybody was like hyping it up, like it was like the greatest fucking movie of all time, and it was like it was good, but it was just good, Like it wasn't like I didn't feel like I just watched like fucking history in the making.
I think that it's kind of one of those things though where it shows that a lot of comedy actors are actually not that bad at drama, surprisingly.
Yeah,
Like,
Mhm.
You have that with Jim Carrey, Ben Stiller, and some others as well.
yeah, Click.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, Click is a good fucking movie.
Yeah,
Click is it's a way better movie than it has any right to be. whatsoever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because the premise is really
Such a
good.
movie.
That's why.
Ooh, Some of the chat says at discord.t1podcast.com that they notified Tro of all of our shit talking and that he's going to make a 10-hour expose video on all of us.
On each of us?
Make sure you tell them about the Adam Sandler movies as units of measurement.
Yeah, that's 6 Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah. YouTube should just replace their timestamp feature with just like
percentages of Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah.
That's what's nice about a Jay Aubrey video is it's only like a third of a Sandler, you know? Like
It says that little time code, third of Sandler.
Maybe 2/5.
The universal way of telling time. We don't even need to we won't even need time zones anymore, really, if we convert it in the right way.
A Sandler unit of time.
Replace all of our clocks with 51st days.
A sut.
Yeah, exactly.
How many
I like the way you think.
I also like how Ricepirate in the chat is distressed that he can't run Minecraft on his computer.
I'm sorry.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
How many suts would it take you to get to the next nearest like major city? Like from here to LA is like a half a sut.
Yeah, it's about half a sut for me too.
For me, it'd be quite a few suts. Sorry, I'm just messaging the right opinion. He's saying he would love to join, however, he's in bed.
Oh, there's a how.
Which that shouldn't stop him, honestly.
Well, have him make a cameo. Just recruit him for like 3 seconds.
Yeah, his phone. He has his phone on him, doesn't he? You know?
Yeah, exactly. He has a phone.
Wait,
Just
so
have him pop in.
if he's not recording himself, he can still
Yeah.
it would still come up on the really okay.
Yeah, I'm using Craig recording bot.
Okay.
Jonathan, in the
See,
chat.
I don't know how Discord works.
In the chat, somebody's asking if you have 2 nipples.
No, they're asking, do you have nipples at all? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
You have
Wait, so
2
why'd you say 2?
Well, I'm sort of like altering
Is
their.
that like the abnormal
well,
amount?
that's kind of like the normal amount, though. Like,
I mean, you're just making assumptions, but
Yeah.
he's saying that you'll get awful feedback on his phone. I'm doing this for our. Yeah, he's doing it for our sake, not
Okay.
his. So I think it's a
All right,
cop
fair
out. I think he very well could join for like.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
he
he
just
could.
doesn't want to. I think he already has. this.
Yeah. He should just say it. He should just say if he hates
there is
us.
echo cancellation. There actually wouldn't be any feedback because the Discord has a thing for that.
Well, I think he just doesn't want to, which is okay.
I know. I'm just trying to poke every hole possible
Yeah.
in his theories.
That'll
here.
really make him want to come on.
Yeah,
Scrutinizing
let's
his,
just irritate him until until he eventually just caves.
Yeah, because that's how you get people to do what you want through not through like an emotional connection, but through poking holes in their logic and stuff.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
threatening their lives.
Yeah,
People
Yeah, also
people
work.
love it when you just eviscerate their logic. That's one of their favorite things is when you just
Yeah.
fuck with how they view the world. Yeah.
especially on Facebook.
Yeah.
People really respond to that
On Facebook,
specifically. Yeah.
I feel like on Facebook there wouldn't even be like a modicum of logic to begin with.
Well,
Just
I mean, everyone on
Bunch of,
Facebook is over 45. So
is true.
That definitely plays
is
into
true.
it.
myself included.
I've never really had a
Yeah.
Facebook account. That's the one social media thing that I've never really been on.
Oh, speaking
Yeah.
of people over 45, here's Rice Pirate.
You know, you're an ass. Not quite there yet, ass. I'm gonna be 40 this year, so it's a sore spot. And then you just hit 45, just right out of the park, like not even. You skipped right over 40.
I'm sorry.
well, happy early
all right.
birthday.
I mean, once you get to 40, they all kind of blend. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
I was originally. I don't want to be one of those guys who just jumps the queue here, but
But you're just gonna jump the queue here.
But I wanted to say, first of all, Doblex, shout out to RT. I only know them from Ruby, and I've been working with them like voice-wise for Ruby, but they're a really
cool.
great group of people from what I've seen and known. So congrats on that, because
Oh,
they
thank
seem
you.
cool. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks,
Okay.
man. I appreciate that.
That's a mandatory answer. But then I wanted to ask Jay this question.
Sure.
So I've been watching your videos lately. I've been like powering through them.
Really?
Yeah, as well
appreciate
as
that.
Tro as well. And
Tro's typing right now, by the way, in the chat.
Oh, see,
Oh, God. Uh-oh.
I tried to reach out to him to let him know I really loved his work, but I wanted to tell you I wanted to ask you specifically, where did you get? What was the inspiration for your performance voice? Because
I don't know.
It sounds like you're really into that voice.
I like to hype it up definitely for just the. I don't know. I don't really know where I pulled it from. I guess it's kind of always been there. When I first started making videos, I've always been bad at like reading scripts and making it sound like it wasn't. At the beginning, I didn't want it to sound like it was scripted, right?
Okay,
and
but-
now it's like, well, I can't do that, so I'm just gonna go full force and try to hype it up as much as I can.
By
so
the way,
people know
while
it's
you were
scripted.
while you're saying this, Jonathan, the right opinion just torched you from the earth.
Listen.
And then he leaves with a have a good night.
I will say, in my defense, that video did crack 1 million views, so I can't really. I don't
Congrats.
think he can really talk.
Yeah, congratulations.
For reference, in the chat, he says, "I will not accept any shit from the person who made Lego Jake Paul. It's every day, bro. Have a good night."
I mean, he's got you there.
And before I go, because I don't want to interrupt you guys too much, but before I go, I'm just hoping one of you guys in this chat might know the answer to this question. Is Chill's voice, does he really talk like that?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he does.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
I actually have no information.
Well,
but
didn't he have an explanation for that he just hypes it up as his narrator voice?
Number 15.
Number 15.
The last thing you'd want.
so good.
Okay.
That'd be an easy
All right.
voice to make a deep fake of.
That
That'd
is
be
true.
hilarious.
Have you guys
That
seen the
is true.
Salty DK Dan video where he does the Burger King foot lettuce in a normal reading voice, and it's so bizarre. Like he does an actual good narration of it, and it's like fucked up.
Number 15. Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus. But as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Like, I don't think I've seen this.
Okay.
You're gonna have to link me later.
Well, his rap tracks are pretty solid. I mean, he's not wah, 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 wah on those, so I just figure like
well,
it's
he
not-
kind of is. I there was like one of his music videos I was watching. He's like, yeah. I don't know
yeah,
where.
you know
So
what?
it was
You're
like,
right. The hints are
it was definitely Burger King foot lettuce behind a beat.
Okay, so Mick is ostensibly about to head out again, but stay tuned because he just ends up coming back about 15 minutes later and stays on the whole time.
All right. Thanks for having me on, guys. Yo, keep doing your show. You guys are great. And continue kicking ass, guests. All right.
Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Mac.
Happy
my
birthday.
We will
happy early
be in
birthday.
touch. All right. So that was serendipitous. I like that.
That was very kind.
Mhm.
That made my night.
Nice. It's wholesome 100.
Wholesome 100.
Yeah. That was fun. How do you guys eat your eggs?
This is what they're coming
I
to the
feel like
podcast.
I don't
to
know
hear.
why. I feel like you asked me this last time.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
I
you're,
think-
yeah,
And I think I
do.
said fertilized as a joke.
Hmm.
I can't remember though. I may have made that up.
Oh, I don't. It's possible. I might have asked you.
I like a good hard boiled
Okay.
or like sunny side up.
Right.
I've always liked scrambled. Not gonna lie.
Scrambled's
Scrambled.
good.
All right. I've psychoanalyzed both of you now.
Oh really? Is that how you judge?
It's a new
person
thing he's
based on-
doing on the podcast.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you?
So what did you gather from?
So since you enjoy your eggs hard boiled, it means you have like an outer shell and
Okay.
in like a protective, like your inner yolk. And then if you enjoy your eggs scrambled, it means that you're like very abstract. And yeah, that's it. That's not much to it.
Interesting.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll take
So
that.
what does it mean when he said that he likes his eggs fertilized?
Just like there's romance in your future.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that'd be nice.
I like that. That's wow.
You say was you, Doplex?
I thought you were going to say like it means he doesn't wear a condom or something.
Right.
Uh,
That's an interesting way to read.
very
people.
bold assumptions being tossed out right now, but
Yeah. Well. Oh,
I'll take it. Huh?
okay. So I'm gonna take you to task, Jonathan. It's just why do you hate my boy Ethan from H3? Why?
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say I just completely hate him. I think he annoys me at times.
Okay.
So I have called him out for it, but he's also done some things more recently that I have commended, like when a bunch of people were getting their channels demonetized out of nowhere, he took the liberty himself to, contact YouTube and have that sorted out. I think that's something that a lot of bigger YouTubers, people at that, level probably wouldn't have done. So he's,
Right.
I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of warming up to him recently.
Okay, so your opinion was actually nuanced, and I was just taking it from one tweet. Okay. Makes sense.
On Twitter, I like to just kind of hype it up, but I don't. I don't have anything like against the guy personally, besides the fact that he occasionally irritates me.
Okay.
Here's the real question. How do you think Ethan eats his eggs?
Oh.
Yeah, can we psychoanalyze Ethan? When
Right.
He's not here?
Does anyone have any information about how he takes his eggs?
Are you asking us?
Well, can you like judge him based off his outward personality and kind of work backwards?
Oh, okay,
Like, okay,
Ethan,
you're
so-
kind of like this, so you probably eat your eggs like that.
He's kind of like a sensitive guy, but not at all. So I would say poached.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah, because he's like
Based
kind
on
of
not much.
I can't refute that.
he's kind of rough around the edges, but he's also like not really.
Right.
So
Joe, you keep saying something where it's like he's this, but he's also not at all this in any possible way.
Yeah,
well, am I wrong?
He's nice, but he's also
you'll make
kind
an
of an
assumption
asshole.
and be like, well, okay, but not really.
He's kind of an asshole, but not really.
Yeah, but he's also just like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
You're right, but you're also wrong. I
His
don't
dick
know.
is huge in like the smallest way.
He's like down to earth, but like not at all.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
aloof.
How do you
All
think
right.
Keemstar eats his eggs?
Um,
I think he just takes
out
a
of the
bite out of the shell.
garbage.
Over medium.
Raw out of the garbage.
Over medium in the garbage.
I think he crawls around in the trash like a rodent, and he just kind of nibbles on him.
The way that he eats them is not with the side of G Fuel anymore.
Yeah, I guess not.
That is true. That is
Yep.
true.
All right. Joe, do you have any like actual questions? I'm just trying to have a nice chill conversation, but if there's anything we desperately
Oh,
want to
I'm not. I'm over here trying to derail us, or like, what are you saying?
No, not derail. Just like I want to make
Do I
sure
have
there's
any
time
questions? I just asked how
for
they
like
take
formal
their eggs.
questions.
Oh my god.
No, I mean, like,
Oh my
never
god.
mind. Dorplex, do you have any questions for us?
Oh my god.
Yeah, did you just call me Doorplex?
I like how you hesitated before you asked. That's funny.
No questions. Well, actually, one.
Okay.
Where do you get off?
Usually in my room.
Oh, well, okay, cool.
Usually.
That's what I was asking.
I do have one question for Jonathan.
That's probably true for most people that they usually get off in their room. I mean,
Yeah,
that's normal.
that's true. That is pretty
Jay
normal.
Aubrey, I do have one for you.
Sure.
In your recent video, The Tragic Aftermath of Bobby Burns, at about 20 minutes in, you talk about how Bobby starts to make a new type of content that's a cross between David Dobrik and Friends, and that this type of content didn't relate to the audience. And immediately after, he starts playing with Lego blocks and Star Wars dolls. So my question for you is this: would a channel that focuses exclusively on Lego blocks, specifically race car Lego blocks and Star Wars dolls / action figures, be doomed from the start, or can you turn those into a viral sensation, and if so, how?
That was a very well worded question. I have
Thank
to
you, off
say.
the top
Did
of
you
my
write
head.
that down, or did you just say it? Really? Okay, nice. No, honestly, that would probably do well because there's such a unique niche within like the Lego community that if you tap in with a certain type of content, you could do really well. So
Okay.
honestly, no, there's a lot of potential there,
Okay.
I think.
Cool. And follow up. Immediately after this, you explain that the reason this type of content didn't land is because his personality seems manufactured. So my question is thus, how do you manufacture a personality that seems more natural?
I don't know. I mean, I guess that's
How do you manufacture?
I guess you'd well, first of all, you wouldn't have to, you wouldn't manufacture something that's natural. You just let it be natural. But the thing is, I don't even know how to answer that because I've never tried to do vlogging content before, so I wouldn't even know how to do it. But I guess just, I don't know. You'd have to show more. I mean, you definitely have to film yourself quite a lot to give people kind of a good idea of what your life is like, I imagine. Maybe share some intimate details with them. I don't know. You'd probably have to ask a vlogger.
Interesting. Doplex, do you have anything to add on how you would manufacture a personality to seem more natural?
Wow.
Just do what the TikTokers do.
You just dance.
Yeah, and bite
be a
your lip.
16-year-old and dance, and then
And hip thrust at your front-facing camera.
Cool.
Yes, kind of what Keemstar does on his TikTok. You've seen that.
He does the same fucking Drake dance from 2015 over and over again.
Keemstar has a TikTok?
You haven't seen it?
No, I feel like that link should stay blue.
It's so good. No, you need to go watch it.
God, it's gonna be so bad. I could
no,
already
it
tell.
is incredible.
It's something else. Like imagine your uncle getting a smartphone for the first time, and like he's very vain. That's pretty much what Keemstar.
Yeah, and he dresses like a 10-year-old boy
Keemstar's
still.
TikTok is like.
And he knows how to do the Drake dance like dope.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? For some reason, I think the weirdest thing about Keemstar is the vanity, like the physical vanity too. It just, it's so bizarre.
It is strange. You wouldn't
Like-
expect someone like that to be as vain as he is, but yeah, it's an anomaly.
Is it just me?
I mean, he does have a nice beard. I'll give him that.
His beard is impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or
A lot of
did
work
everybody
goes into
have an uncle that that refused to ever get a smartphone, and then later they got an iPhone that was like 5 model years old?
I'd say that's
how
pretty
my
accurate.
grandpa is. Yeah. My grandpa had a flip phone for years, and then finally we got him like a Samsung, and he calls it an iPhone. He doesn't really know how to use it, but
That's horrible.
it works better than a flip phone. So
Why were they so adamantly opposed to it anyway? Like,
I don't know. It's like it's new. It's scary. It's a glowy piece of metal.
Speaking of which, man, I have a story. So, okay. At one of my old jobs, it was a retail position where one of the things we offered was faxing services. And like there was like this 80-year-old guy there, and he was like, I don't know what to do, man. Like faxing is a little bit too new tech for me. And I was thinking, that's ignorant for 2018. Like to not even understand like a fax. That's so far behind.
Which has been around since like the 80s or something.
I mean, how long have faxes been around? Like the 90s?
They've been around for like 50 years. Like a long time.
was he like in a coma?
He's in a coma.
Yeah, how old was this guy?
He fell asleep in the 40s.
Was he like a corpse?
Just, I need to fax this.
Yeah.
The fuck is a fax?
I don't think I've ever seen a fax machine.
Yeah, a lot of businesses still have them because it's like if email goes down or if you have to send something that you don't want to.
Oh yeah, it's good to have
exposed to email security.
Yeah. I've only come in contact with a fax machine once, and that was when I worked in finance, and it was like I never understood. I always had to have someone help me because it was like it was such old tech that it was hard to understand, which is weird. It's like I don't know how to fucking work this thing. Like you dial a phone number to send a piece of paper.
Yeah.
At work,
weird concept.
we have these
It is a
copy
weird
machines.
concept.
These like really advanced, like smart copy machines, and I programmed my email address in there because I had to email myself stuff, like scan stuff and email it to myself sometimes. And I felt like so professional. Like I felt like such a professional badass having my email address programmed into the copy machine.
That is kind of sick.
Yeah, that's like having a business card. It's like on the same level. Yeah. You just hand out fax machines as business cards. My email's in there.
So
you can get it to work.
So Jonathan and Dorbo, I have a question for both of you, and you can answer this in whatever order you want.
Sure.
Okay.
If either of you could go back in time and be able to change some aspect of your channel, like either how you do things or like a thematic change or something, would you? And what would it be, if so?
That's an interesting question, actually. I don't know if I would go back and change. I don't know. I mean, I guess one thing I wish I could have done differently was back when in 2018 I made this video on the Bud A, who is like this kind of a pervert on TikTok, and I uploaded it and it ended up getting claimed, I think even before I made it public. And I didn't really think anything of it because I was like, oh, this video is not going to do well anyway. So I wasn't going to get monetized for it. but I just kind of left it up and I made it public, and then that video ended up getting 4 million views. And so I didn't get any money off of it. And I guess if I could have changed anything, it would be to re-upload that without the 6 seconds of copyrighted music that I left in. But
Fucking sucks.
But would it have gotten the 4 million views without those 6 seconds?
that's one thing. Like, I don't know. We'll never know. But I mean, I guess I probably would have just, silenced it. I wouldn't have removed it altogether, but
Just obscure
I don't know.
it.
YouTube should make it easier to it should be easier to take out stuff like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Doplex?
Fuck YouTube. All my homies hate YouTube.
Yeah.
Um,
Storyfire and stuff.
Yeah, right. For me, probably do what I'm doing now, but earlier. But then again, it's like, I feel like what I used to do compared to what I'm doing now was like a natural progression towards, I guess, like my editing style and everything.
Mhm.
I don't know. I guess just be more fucking consistent earlier on.
Yeah.
Just tell myself, yo, keep doing it every week. That's it.
All right, good answers.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
nothing. I don't know. I'd go back in time and kill baby Hitler.
That was a good one. I learned today that Hitler had a scat fetish.
Really?
You know that?
Is that true?
Why
Yeah.
does that not surprise me?
Like being pooped on. It was very well documented, apparently. Yeah.
We can say anything about Hitler at this point. I feel like now that he's dead and everybody hates him, we can just say whatever the fuck we want. We can just kind of assume it's true.
Yeah.
That is. Yeah.
I mean, nobody's going to defend it. Like,
Right.
you might as well.
Say the
just-
worst thing you want about him. It's like, probably, maybe.
Like he had a
Yeah,
fake
no,
mustache.
Why
No,
not?
he didn't.
Yeah.
He was gonna,
Nobody's gonna defend Hitler.
he's gonna.
Just be like,
Come
to
his
be
defense.
fair, say what you want, but yeah.
Well, if we're gonna be accurate, his mustache wasn't fake. so we-
actually,
Well, look at how much money he put into charities. Think about that for a second.
he designed the Volkswagen Beetle. I mean, we can't be too mad at
Oh,
him.
we're still
Yeah.
just making stuff up. Okay.
yeah, maybe he did, but he's also literally Hitler.
Literally.
Good point.
He's literally Hitler.
He's literally.
But
Yeah.
the more good things you add to his mythos, the more we can kind of accept some of the bad as well. It's like, well, yeah, he designed the Volkswagen Beetle, but he also liked to be shat on, And it's like, oh, okay, give and take.
Well, he did kill 12 million people, but he helped to develop the submarine.
Wait, 12? I thought it was 6
6
million.
million
Am I getting my
Jews
numbers wrong?
and 6 million non-Jews.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that change it?
See,
Does that
I'm-
change the
I mean,
equation?
I'm not caught up on my Hitler lore, unfortunately.
Interesting. Doplex defending Hitler.
Before
Wouldn't
I
want to sully his good name.
All right, 12 million. But to be fair,
before I hated him, but now I really hate him.
Yeah. I mean, the guy who killed, 6 or 12, depending on how you want to review history,
Right.
million Jews, also had a fake mustache. So,
oh,
So those
where do you go with that?
those two things combined, he's a really bad guy.
Yeah, really.
But he had a
bad.
dog. He liked dogs. Come on.
He was a fan of dog. He was like very much like. I mean, wasn't he like a big animal rights proponent too?
Yeah, but he did kill 12 million people.
Okay, but animal rights. I mean, you really do. You got to look at it through the objective lens of history, as I like. to say.
Exactly.
You have to take the
Take
good
the
with the
good with the
bad.
bad.
Well, he did kill
Yeah,
12
take the
million
good with
people,
the
but
bad.
he founded some nice
What?
charities, and you have to look at it that way.
Yeah. Speaking of shitting on people, I used to work at an adult store that had a movie theater, and
Oh yeah.
I'd go in there and like check tickets and like do a lot of. You'd be surprised how many people like getting pissed on and shit on, like even in public places. It's really disgusting.
Dude, I worked as a doorman at a strip joint. It's a chain strip joint called Deja Vu. You may or may not have one
Yeah.
in your state or city.
Yeah, well,
It's also called Showgirls.
Yeah, well,
that's the
the
other-
adult store I worked at was owned by that company. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, a connection.
There was definitely.
Yeah.
I was a door guy before I went to college because Boeing had laid off a whole bunch of people. So like everybody was looking for a fucking job, and I ended up getting this job through an old high school friend. And I'd never seen. I was supposed to like check out parking lot for like I guess people, I don't know, doing drugs or jerking off in their cars. I have no fucking idea. But there were so many cars that had like baby seats in them and like, a all these other things that just kind of reminded me of their history before they walked into the joint. But then even there was this one guy, and this is related to your story, that would come very regularly, probably like twice a week. And his thing was that he would pay girls to be mean to him. And it wasn't anything sexually explicit because it's on the floor, so it wasn't like he'd whip his dick out or pull his pants down or anything. They would crush his nuts, but they would make him lick ashtrays, and they would like make fun of him, and he would pay them to do this. And this is like in a small town. And it just made me wonder, like, what the fuck is happening across the globe? Like, in this small microcosm, I'm getting this weird ass event. I can't in a very specific venue. I mean, this venue kind of begs for some weird shit to happen. But what happens across the entire globe? Like watching this, like, I don't know, 56, 60-year-old guy. He's got kind of like that friar tuck thing, like no hair on top, but hair on the side. And he's on his knees licking an ashtray. And two girls are just like laughing at him and like, kicking him and stuff. Just like, this isn't illegal, but yeah, it's a thing.
People like being humiliated. There was a guy that used to come into to the adult store. He paid one of like the because we had like showgirls in the back, and pretty much all they do is they just sit behind glass and like put stuff inside of their butt or whatever. But like, he paid one of the girls to shit in a styrofoam like tray, and he went into like the little booth to it's really gross, but he would chew on it and spit it back.
Oh my god.
He would chew on it and spit it back into the thing, and that was his fetish, just chew on the shit of the girl he's watching.
I think I'm going to recommend my mom doesn't listen to this episode.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
That is so much worse than what I even imagined. I thought maybe like she took her piece of shit and like put it up against the glass, and then he like licked the glass on the other side or something. But what you described was literally the worst possible scenario.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh god. And it's funny because that, like, just from working there, I was so desensitized to that stuff. Like that didn't even bug me.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, that's just another fucking Tuesday night.
So wait, do you think any of these guys know how to use fax machines, though? Is the question.
I think some of these guys are the only people who know how to use a fucking fax machine.
That is true. That is true. I'm sure if they know how to program like vibrating butt plugs, they can work a fax machine.
Doplex, have you made any more videos on Me Pearl?
No, I haven't.
The lady who I think you should do more on her.
Well, maybe wait till there's some like new developments, but yeah, that's a good series.
I can ask some of the questions I asked you last time. I have them written down right here if you'd like.
Sure.
Just that, no, but ask Ricepirate the questions.
Okay,
Joe.
So in your video you did of her, you had a clip where you said, "My mother said I'd never amount to anything and no one would ever love me, but I loved her." That's what she said. Do you think this is her way of turning a deeply troubling childhood? Oh God, this was terrible. All right, hold on. Let me ask you a different one.
No, go ahead and answer that, Ricepirate, though.
When she reached 100,000 after 10 years, she said, "There are so many, many people I wish to thank because I wish they helped, but they didn't." These, it's funny because it's out of context.
Yeah.
My answer is that I appreciate some of the figures in the commentary community for not chasing the 10-minute mark, and that a lot of them just kind of do what it takes to tell the story they need to do, and that they do it in the most balanced way that they can. They apologize when they fuck up, and I appreciate that kind of reporting on events because I think that spreads to their large audiences, and I hope that mentality spreads to their large audiences, and that's why I like watching their shit. That's my answer.
Yeah. That's really really wholesome.
Thank you.
Once again, coming through with the wholesome clutch.
We're going from wholesome to like massive shit fetish stuff, and then back to wholesome
We're
again.
just jumping around tonight.
Yeah.
Free form.
Which is good, man. You gotta. I mean, like just like Hitler, you gotta take the good with the bad, and bad with the good.
I mean, I'd like to add that the moral of that segment, I think, should be that you shouldn't take the good with the bad when it comes to Hitler.
Yeah, exactly. The one person to not do that.
Right.
For.
Yeah. Like when I was
Yeah.
saying, well, he killed 12 million people, but he did advance certain charities. That was sort of like a little sarcastic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, was it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't saying like.
I'm glad you clarified.
Yeah. Just to clarify, I wasn't saying that. I mean, like, yes, maybe he did a little bit of good, but like let's not look at it that way. I don't think.
I don't even think you need to say that he did a little bit of good. You don't need to give him any credit at all. It's fine.
So, would you guys ever own a possum?
Would I own a possum?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't
The
know, they're kinda
videos are
gross.
cute, but I don't know. I mean, it's like certain other animals. Like you don't know when they're going to turn on a dime and just tear your face off.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, that's part of the
Wasn't there a
thrill.
woman who had like a gorilla and that happened?
Yeah, that's why I'd never own a monkey. I love monkeys; they're so cute. But I've also heard too
Yeah.
many stories of them just tearing
Yeah.
their owners' faces off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the adrenaline rush.
But it feels like it's an accident, right? Like it feels like it didn't mean to. Like it was just like it's nature, you know. Like people
Yeah.
are skin. It's just so thin and easy to rip off, and monkeys
Yeah.
they just do what they
they-
do.
Do they do that to other monkeys in the wild? Just try to rip their
That'd be
faces
so
off?
cool.
Claim dominance.
Can you imagine going to a zoo and seeing that?
for the same reason they throw their poop.
Yeah.
That's why you don't have like monkey petting zoos.
Right. Just rip the face off a 9-year-old. Scar
I
every
like goat petting zoos.
Yeah.
You guys ever pet a
goats
goat?
yeah, goats are cool.
I
have.
It's a gel.
Yeah.
They jump
Yeah.
on top of each other, like the.
Yo, what's the
Cute.
whole deal with goat yoga?
Oh,
Have you heard of this?
yeah,
Goat
Oh,
yoga.
yeah. I'd like to try that.
I don't know what that is.
What is that? What's
Goat
goat yoga?
yoga.
Yoga
It's
with
where, like,
goats.
do yoga. Yeah, you do it with like baby. Is it baby goats
Yeah.
or just goats?
Baby
I'm assuming
goats.
It's baby goats. Baby goats. Yeah, and they like hang out with you, or they like sit on your body. Like you know how you're doing that weird triangle pose where it looks like you're trying to fart into God's face.
Yeah,
What's that called?
Yeah.
Downward
It's
dog.
the,
Yeah,
downward
yeah, the
dog,
god
yeah.
fart.
the God fart. And then you'll have a goat on your butt, like it's conquered your ass. Yeah, I don't know. There is goat
Oh.
yoga. That is absolutely thing, and it costs a lot of money. I think.
Just to place a
Some
goat on
probably.
your ass. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
that's how you would achieve like maximum balance, right? Because you're
Yeah,
That's how you achieve
trying to protect
nirvana.
this goat from falling.
Yeah.
The ultimate orgasm.
Yeah. How much would you guys pay for goat yoga? For like one session?
$50.
Yeah, I'd
Wow.
do 50. Why not?
if it was a Groupon and I could do $50 and I got like a couple friends in on it, maybe. Personally, I don't know.
How much would you pay if you got to eat the goat after?
I don't.
Oh,
It comes
Ooh,
with lunch,
yeah.
and it's
Ooh.
the goat.
$50. $50.
Still
So you bond with it, and then it becomes one with you.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
you learn its name
kinda
and then you kill
spiritual.
it yourself.
Yeah.
And I would thank it. I would thank every bite. I would be, oh, thank you.
Namaste.
Oh, thank you. I'd want a picture of that goat, and I'd want to put it in a locket somewhere so I can always remember that goat.
Would you want to name the
It's like a
goat?
Splash Mountain photo.
Oh, you have to name it. Yeah.
What would you name a
Not
goat in
complete.
that situation?
I wouldn't. Mutton. I don't know. I know. I just,
Dinner.
Duplex.
maybe something I care about. I
Okay.
don't know.
I feel like that would make it
Yeah.
harder. If you like name it after like, I don't know, something you
It
really
would, but
care
I'd remember it. I'd remember it more. It
That
would be a
is
more
true.
impactful experience.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well, the reason it would be
Yeah.
harder is because you have this built-up wall that says you shouldn't eat goat with a name.
Mhm.
So this is, but you have to tear that wall down if you want to achieve nirvana.
Right.
So it's for that same reason they're gonna serve you guinea pig too.
They make you rip the goat's
Mhm,
face
right.
off, gorilla style.
Right.
By the way, Dingbo, are you any closer to finishing your Choose Your Own Adventure video?
I am, actually. I am so fucking close. It actually might be out this weekend. So
Ooh.
if you're listening to the cut down version of this, it might be available by the time you're hearing this. I had to
Okay.
get really close to the mic to make sure they heard it.
That proximity effect.
Yeah, I couldn't just
Yes.
gain that at any point. Like you
Right.
do have to
Yeah.
get closer.
I'm doing the work for you. That's the thing.
Hey,
Ricepirate, you got any
Hey, guys.
cool stuff coming out that you've been anything you've been progressing on since we last talked?
I'm gonna give you ocean noises.
Nice.
Shut up, Joe. Let him answer the question.
No. Honestly, I don't like. I'm not promoting anything until things are completed. So I appreciate you asking. That happened last time too. But no.
Yeah, I just figured I'd give you a shot.
No. Hey, this is everybody else's time. This is just me being drunk and jumping into somebody else's chat and hopefully not taking away too much from everybody else.
No, not if anything, you've given
added
us,
to it.
You've given us more than we could ever ask.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you guys upset that he's here? Because we can kick him off brutally if
I'm
necessary.
very
because
upset about it.
If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have been able to tell that shit chewing story.
It's
So
true.
very
Yeah, I'm
thankful
really
for
glad that came out.
that.
I wanna know how did that shit chewing story, and I want you to be really honest. How did that affect kind of your view of humanity in the long run? I mean, no, seriously. Like before you see something like that happen, you're
Right.
kind of a virgin to like how weird some people can be. I mean, you see it in videos, you see it in YouTube or
Right.
whatever. But when you are present for an event like that, does that actually change the brain chemistry you have in terms of how you view humanity?
Well, so here's the thing, right? I worked at this place for a while, and it started off with very like little things like, oh, okay, this dude's he's rubbing his shorts, he's rolling his foreskin like a booger, and then you have like other dudes who are like in the theater just like making out. It's like, okay, whatever, that's cool. And then it slowly snowballed into seeing some crazier and crazier shit. Like, I mean, we had a guy like fucking himself in the ass with a cucumber and just spilling his shit on the tile. Like,
Nice.
So, did it affect my view on humanity?
Yeah, did it?
Yes and no, because if anything, it made me feel more in tune with humanity. I was like, all right, this is what people are into. It's not what I'm into, but it's what other people are into, and I can respect that. It's disgusting,
That's fair.
but I will respect it. So yeah, I think it definitely changed my view. And keep in mind, I was like 18, man. I was like super young.
But dude, that's exactly what I mean. At that point, and even at 19, at my point, it was one of those moments where, like, all of those experiences were absolutely like pivotal in terms of how I saw the rest of humanity, because there's a lot of people who, especially at that very at that age where you're very malleable, you don't necessarily, there's a lot of people who won't experience that, and it can kind of change your view. I would like to believe that it hasn't made me like more cynical is not the word.
Smelly?
It is smelly. Yeah, I'm not more smelly about the world, but I definitely can kind of see where some people are coming from.
Exactly.
That if I see it in other scenarios, it seems almost fictional. Then you're like, no, that's actually not fictional at all. That's a population of our people.
Exactly, and it also kind of gives you that appreciation for humanity, because if you see like a Karen freaking out in the store, like, you're getting mad at this Target employee, but I know damn well you like to shit in styrofoam cups and have your husband chew it. So you see the human side to people when all we see is this facade being put on by society. So I agree with that 100%.
So I think it helps to keep in mind, by the way, that we usually don't think about this, but people are usually up to way more than we see. Like, there's so much weird stuff going on behind closed doors, probably like next door, like to my house, that I will just never know about. And people are just doing the weirdest stuff.
Right.
And you just won't know.
Yeah.
I know.
You want to know.
I know.
If you buy some binoculars. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I'm not going to do that, but yeah, that's a way to do that. Yeah.
If you were going to do that, then that is
Well,
the way you'd go about it.
Don't creep on your neighbors, please. But yeah.
But if you're going to, binoculars are the way to go.
Yeah. Make sure you have the proper tools.
Yeah.
You
Jesus.
just gotta be prepared.
Don't actually do it, but please be well equipped. Yeah.
Are people still using binoculars? I feel like binoculars are like the fax machines of like checking
Yeah, I don't
in
think
on
I've,
people.
I don't think I've ever looked through a pair of binoculars since.
Yeah,
The
I feel like docking
mid-90s.
is more accurate.
Right.
Yeah, using
There you
binoculars.
go.
A Google search is better.
The last time I used a pair of binoculars, my grandma was wearing a fanny pack.
Oh,
Or-
so yesterday.
Interesting.
It was 1997. We were at the beach looking at seagulls.
By the way, speaking, someone got a hoot out of that one. Okay, so speaking of outdated technology, you know what's really, really outdated technology, Joe?
No?
Physical books.
Oh.
Oh.
Is
I
this
hope
an
somebody's
ad?
got Audible around.
This is gonna be
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
that's coming.
Yeah, Audible.
Guys, let's talk about Audible for a second.
Sure.
Well, you guys do. I'll
Okay,
listen.
all right. So, guys, Audible has a proposition for you. They want to give you a free book today. That's free as in beer, not free as in freedom. You get to keep the book whether you keep the service or not, but I highly recommend just checking out the service for 30 days. It's great. And if you keep it, they start at very affordable monthly rates. Joe, did you ever finish the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People?
Nope. No, I started it.
But you can if you get audibletrial.com/T1podcast. Guys, you don't need to read physical books anymore. You can just have them read to you.
Ew. Physical books? It's disgusting.
Disgusting!
I'm illiterate.
Books are the facts of books.
Oh.
But you can fix that by going to audibletrial.com/T1podcast. Joe, what's the URL?
Audibletrial.com
/T1 podcast.
/T1
there it is.
podcast.
Yep. Oh, yeah, Nick. So what happened is, I think on your episode of the show, Joe first debuted
Yeah.
the harmonica.
Okay, no. As soon as I heard it, I got triggered. I had a weird like
War flashbacks.
Vietnam response. Yeah. What? I heard the harmonica.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
That's become a full-time bit on the show, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Right.
Unfortunately, he hasn't learned any new songs
I
at
didn't
all
get any
since
better
then.
at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Do you know any
It's
songs?
been about a year or more, and it sounds like he's learned. Literally, it's the same. It's the
Hey,
same.
some things never change.
I do want to say though, shortly after that, I went really viral on TikTok, and I was live streaming for 200.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I was live streaming for 200,000 people, and
What?
was playing my harmonica to entertain them.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's insane.
Yeah, but the weird thing was he told everyone he was going to do a cover of Bad Guy, and that he just played that.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Billie Eilish.
This is Billie Irish.
Billy Isla.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey guys, I'm feeling adventurous. Do you guys want to hear a cover of a song?" They're like, "Yeah, do Bad Guy." And I was like, "All right, here it is." And then I just played that, and then they were like, "This isn't Billie Eilish."
I was surprised. I'm surprised that I just say that was really good.
I feel like that would go more viral, and then if you even did it kind of like okay, if you did it okay, people would like it. If you did it really bad, I feel like people would like more. If you did it perfectly, then yes, that would be your viral hit. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should learn it. Bad Guy in its entirety. Either that or replay.
Is it even possible to play Bad Guy on a harmonica?
Probably. It's only what, like 3 beats?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bass would be hard to replicate.
That's true.
is it a harmonican or is it a harmonicant?
Ooh, good question,
yeah.
Mick. Good
Oh,
question.
Harmonica.
Oh. Harmonica.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, we were having a discussion earlier in the voice chat when Joe was like, I'm going to name my harmonica Monica. And I was thinking like, that is probably the most overused thing in the entire world.
I didn't say that. That was somebody else, Lars.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I like how he disses you for a joke that you didn't even make.
Yeah, I know, seriously.
What if it was someone in the chat?
I'm literally
Stupidest fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about that on your episode, Donkey, when we were talking about how it's been a couple years, and it's like we're starting to forget some of the older episodes now, and it's like we have to take the fans' words for it when it comes to old memes and stuff. So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's especially now since, I mean, God, we've been in quarantine since what, fucking March?
Feels like a billion years.
Yeah,
I know, but it's weird because like it feels like it's been a billion years, but it also feels like it's just been one long year, like one long month.
Yep.
Feels like it's been about a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really weird.
But at the same time, it's so weird to think that we're already in August. Like we're closer to December now than March, which doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been quarantined for like
Dude.
4.5 months.
Yo, guys, this is the thing that's kind of blowing my mind is like things have been obviously very nuts since like pretty early in the year, right?
Yeah.
I'd say, like before spring. And yet, this is an election year. Can we even fathom what like coming up to November is going to be like? I'm talking politically, I'm talking socially, I'm talking Twitter, I'm everything. It's going to get fucking insane.
Dude, the world's
going to get fucking
implode.
crazy.
People are going to be online more too.
They don't even know how people are going to vote because assuming the pandemic is still going on, which I'm sure it will be. I mean, are we just going to do it electronically, like mail-in ballots? I mean, how's it going to work?
We should do email ballots.
I think fax ballots.
We should fax our votes in.
Fax ballot.
Everywhere else, I think they're going to figure it out. Here, no, there's 100% chance it's still going to be going in America by then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We just.
But like
we
even
suck.
the whole Corona thing, like whether you want to believe in it or not, I'm just saying that like we're gonna have that winter hit too. We're gonna have when like people's normal immune systems and other pneumonia starts like coming back in. You know what I mean? Like during that season. And then we're also going to have the election season, and it's also going to be people tired of sitting in their fucking houses. Like California just reissued that, no restaurants can do the indoor shit and all that kind of stuff. Like, I can't even imagine what especially Christmas season, when people feel like they need to travel, like they need to go back to like their hometowns and meet their families, all of that. You combine all of that shit, like the winter and our susceptibility, traveling, the holidays, the election, dude.
Yeah.
This year,
It's gonna be
2020,
crazy.
we haven't seen shit.
No.
And get this, you've got Christmas season, but you've also got Crispix cereal.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's very true.
Holy
That's
shit.
too much, Joe. This is getting too edgy. Come on.
Yeah, I'm really overwhelmed. No, I mean,
By the way,
it's
Nick,
a lot.
I like how like you just slid in there, whether you believe in the corona or not. Like, I want to call you out for that.
This
I mean,
is
a lot
me.
of people don't.
This
people
is
don't
me.
I
know.
got relatives who don't.
It's a fair way to preface the conversation. I'd say that there are a lot of people that are divided on it.
It's trying to be as diplomatic as possible. Do I believe in it? Yes. But if I'm talking to your audience, and I know you have a very great audience, I mentioned that last time I was on your podcast.
Okay.
But at the same time, again, I'm not trying to promote any kind of fake, whatever. But I also don't want to right out of the gate just, people be like, well, no, it does exist, but it's not quite as bad as everybody says it is. That's the media. Like I'm not here to fucking stir shit up. I'm just, if whatever you believe it, but people are getting sick and shit's happening. So I didn't want to drop that bomb on your wonderful, wholesome, 100% podcast.
We have entertained the notion that birds aren't real.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's
Well,
just
that's
true.
just a fact. Yeah, that's not even a conspiracy.
Nick, when you said, I know your audience is really nice, but I thought you were going to say your audience is really nice, but they're also really stupid and gullible and dumb.
No. That was all you. You said that. I have never even implied that.
All right. Okay. That's fair.
I mean, they follow you guys and they follow the people you follow. So I can only believe that these are people who are cool with open-minded people that can accept mistakes that they make and hold other people accountable. That to me is a community that's worth supporting.
Yeah.
Again, with the wholesome. I love it.
Always so wholesome.
There's so much shit online that is like primed to fucking get people riled up and be pissed off at whatever just whatever reactionary shit that's happening. And I think that not only you guys, but the people you're talking to right now are people that actually care about accountability. And that's why I actually commented when I saw that these guys were on. And that's why I was like, oh, hey, what's up? That I didn't just show up randomly. I've seen your other guests too. I'm not saying that they aren't that as well, but I'm just saying that right now, I think certain people in the commentary community are some of the people that are kind of the conscious that we kind of need in the social media community, in terms of not just jumping to certain opinions, but also people who, you know, not only do they find other people accountable, but they find themselves accountable. I think that's a really big thing. That's not a 100% wholesome thing. I think that's a great fucking message that YouTube needs, because it's not the algorithm. It's that's just people doing what they need to do, that they can sleep at night and be okay with what they're doing, and their fan base appreciates it. And I think that should be a message that is pushed forward.
By the way, sorry for the relatively low quality of mixed audio on this episode. Since he just jumped on randomly here and there, we didn't want to impose and have him record his audio. This is a recording of the Discord call for his track.
I like that.
Well,
Thank
you.
Yeah, it's
I
I
appreciate
agree.
that.
It's definitely
Well
good to, you know.
I'm drunk. Sorry.
And like sir,
Same.
it's okay.
I've been sober
You,
since quarantine began.
Oh, nice.
Since- yeah.
Like on
No,
purpose or just
Was that a choice?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm home with my family right now.
So is it you
it's
didn't
not
hit
really
like
true.
rock bottom? And
No.
Not
Well, you
yet.
could say maybe. I mean, being home and stuff. But
the night is
know.
still young.
yeah, exactly.
I love asking people that whenever they mention they're sober. I know it's actually gotten me into trouble, but I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep asking people like, "Oh, did you hit rock bottom, and that's why you're sober?" Just because
It's gotten you into trouble.
I've gotten into trouble doing that, but I'm gonna keep doing
so
it just because I think it's hilarious.
Christ. By the way,
Yeah.
Jonathan, I've been asking Drew Paul a lot of questions to him. I want to give you a chance.
Sure.
Do you have any like really cool big projects in the works right now?
I don't know. I mean, I definitely have videos that I'd like to get to at some point. What I'm working on now is kind of a retrospective on Smosh. I think that's what's going to be coming up next. But I also have bigger projects that I don't know when I'm going to get to. Like, I'd love to talk about like the dark side of like the porn industry and like adult entertainment and that kind of thing, like big porn companies and how they can sometimes take advantage of models and whatever. And I don't know. I mean, there's definitely some topics that I want to cover. It's just I don't know. I like to take it one video at a time. So right now I'm trying to focus on Smosh.
Jay, are you in California?
No, I'm in Texas.
Okay. I'm sure Texas has its own industry. I was just going to say, it'd be really interesting to hear. I would assume with your poll that you could get some like porn stars to chat. And I don't know if you already have.
That'd be cool.
I've thought about
I
it.
just say,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, if you were in LA, obviously it would be super easy to do that. But,
Yeah, way easy.
Texas definitely has its own thing too, but I would love, I don't know. I'd love if you were able to reach out to some porn stars and get their opinions on certain things.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to get some interviews. I could even do it. I mean, you know, with now I could just do it online. I could just interview people on Zoom or whatever it is. But I'll definitely try and get some input from people that are directly involved with that industry, because I feel like it could be interesting to get their perspective.
Yeah.
To give a semi-serious take here, by the way, I feel like Smosh is really interesting because I feel like it represents my growth in terms of maturing and my sense of humor, where it's like, it's a really good indication of what I thought was funny when I was like 16. And now it's like so unfunny that I'm like surprised I ever thought it was funny, but it was hilarious to me when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're talking about like their old content or what they're doing now?
Especially their old content.
Oh,
I kind of dropped off after college.
yeah.
Right.
I definitely hear a lot of stuff about like how, like, oh, back then this shit was funny. And a lot of people are like, what's that one kid?
Fred.
With the dreads. He's been talking about how some shit just was never funny or whatever the case was.
Backflame? T1J?
No. Regardless, I don't think he was completely wrong, but I also think there were things that back in the day people did get away with. They did.
Yeah.
And I mean, looking back, I mean, look, if you're 20 or 30 now, yeah, maybe kind of hard to understand that. But back then, that kind of stuff was kind of okay. Is it okay? No. But back then, was it kind of the norm? Was it kind of something that everybody brushed under the rug? Yes. And we know why. Because none of those people got fucking called out and sent to the FBI or to jail because of the content they made.
Because it was like socially normal.
Sure. And is it right? No.
No.
Is it something that we should emulate now? No. But it was something that back then was, you know, if you want to do like a rape a baby joke or something like that, you know, back then it was, nobody actually thought somebody was actually going to rape a baby. That was it. The whole point was to be as extreme as fucking possible if you're going to say some shit like that. But obviously in retrospect, it's very not cool. Yeah. And I'm not against us moving towards a place where we're not cool with that. But going back and trying to, you know, crucify people for certain things, it would be like crucifying Nick Nolte for like, you know, 48 hours or something with Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
That was it. Like that was kind of how they tackled certain issues or how they addressed dramatic humor or things like that. And
yeah,
I'm happy that we've moved past that, but going back in time and reprimanding people for that just seems really fucking bizarre.
I do want to say that 1,000%, if you've got somebody that's saying that people are too sensitive now, then that means that they want to continue to be racist and tell like homophobic jokes.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like, you know, you've got these people that are like, oh, people are too sensitive, you can't tell a joke. And it's like, well, what you really mean is people are going to call you out for being homophobic and racist, and they didn't used to call you out.
Sure.
97% of the jokes that I would used to tell, I can still tell.
Oh yeah.
People aren't too sensitive if you're not an asshole. Like,
well, I think
sure, I agree.
I think it's even as soon as like 4 years ago, right? Like 2016. You know, you had like the Filthy Frank, iDubbbz crew. You know, they were saying like the N-word, like it was whatever, but they were doing it for like, and they were just doing it for like shock value, right?
Yeah,
and
sure.
That in turn, I mean, you know, I think I saw like a tweet. It was like these guys like sent us back like however many years, like something like that.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and that,
I disagree.
No, I mean, so do I. But it's weird because you had like a lot of channels that were trying to do that. So they would like be like, oh, I can be edgy, I can say the N-word and not care. But then like they get canceled for it 4 years later. So I mean, there's definitely that sense of like just what is socially not exactly acceptable, but acceptable for the time. Like, oh, this is what people are laughing at right now. So this is what I'm going to do if this is, you know, the jokes I want to make or whatever.
I definitely think there's a difference between like, you know, telling a joke with an intent. Like there's that very famous like Chevy Chase. Is it Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor skit on SNL? Where they go back and forth at each other with like different racial slurs towards each other.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's either I think it's Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor. I'm assuming somebody in the chat knows what skit I'm talking about. But I think the purpose of that is that it's meant to kind of show a certain it's meant to showcase that divide, as well as the movie with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte as well. I think it's meant like that wasn't meant to pin anybody as anything. It was very much meant. And you know what? Even I just recently on Netflix, I saw what is it? Security guards or national security or something like that. With Martin Lawrence and that white guy from National Treasure. I don't even know that guy's name. I like him. He's cool. No, Chevy Chase is always going to be a bad example because he's kind of he's not the greatest guy.
Well, you brought him up because he's in the chat right now, by the way, just to clarify.
Well, that too, but also just that one particular scene they did. But there are certainly movies that happened, especially in the 80s and a little bit in the 90s where they hit on it, where there was that kind of racial, they did not shy away from the racial divide. Right. And they were able to make jokes at each other you know, that whole national security one is like all Martin Lawrence being like, oh, you think I can hotwire a car? What? Because I'm black? Or you think I can, you know, pick this lock because I'm black? And then, and eventually even the cop guy is just like, no, it's not because you're fucking black. It's just because I'm asking if you can fucking do this. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a Martin Lawrence movie. That guy does not pick his movies willy nilly. Like he very well was a part of whatever decision was made in that. But I just feel like there was a period of time when certain things could be brought up, and they were brought up not necessarily to poke fun at anybody. Yes, it was supposed to be comedic, but it also brought up something like a stereotype that we are all kind of aware of. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what they addressed. And I appreciate comedy that can edge that line. And I just feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like we got to a point where that's dangerous.
Yeah. By the way, not to add undue levity here, but Mick, I'm going to nominate you for the most eloquent drunk person I've ever heard.
Yeah, I just feel like we got to a point where at least commentating on that is a very dangerous thing. And I don't know if that's healthy for everybody. I think it's good to be able to have that discussion in the open.
Yeah. I think people forget there's
Oh fuck. I can't hear anything.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry, Jonathan.
I was just gonna say,
we're like that meme of like all the boys.
Everyone talk at once.
Oh, there we go.
No, I was just saying I feel like there is a difference between I guess looking at the things people have said in the past in retrospect and like recontextualizing the things that were said back then in today's context. You know what I mean? Because people seem to look at certain things that were said back then, like, you know, like you said, Filthy Frank saying the N-word in today's context. And it's like, well, obviously he wouldn't do it today. But,
exactly. And that,
that doesn't make it okay, but it is something to keep in mind, I feel like.
Different times.
I will say that the one thing that you guys have pointed out is that looking at some of Shane's content in the past, and look, I'm not trying to fucking throw anybody under the bus, but I will say that if you look at some of the jokes that were made that he made, people can try to throw that filter over it. Like, oh, things were different back then.
Right.
They were different back then. They actually were. However, if you look at the past, if you look at the entire, like the history of all the things that he's done. And again, I don't know enough about this shit. I'm not trying to throw, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
But from what I've seen, I mean, that is a history of doing something. And that is a history of doing something on your own time, not necessarily just for entertainment value. You could argue it is because it was on YouTube. Yeah. But
I feel I feel like Shane is an interesting case because he would kind of take it a step further and make like sexually charged jokes towards kids, like with kids there, like about them. Right. There's no defense for that. You can't say it's like, oh, it was a much different time. No, there's nothing. I mean, that is horrible no matter what the context.
Well, here's the thing is like, you know, that one instance where like he did that like jerk off joke to what's her name?
Willow Smith. Yeah.
Oh, Willow Smith. Okay. Now let's just go back and let's just try to imagine that was the one and only time he ever made a joke about somebody younger, and he was standing next to a poster and somebody had a camera and he did it.
Yeah.
Now, would it be right? No, it'd still be weird. However, it would not have the same context.
Right.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have the same context if we didn't know all the other videos and podcasts where even his friends were like, Shane, shut up. Shut up, Shane. Shane, stop. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the thing, dude. Like, I used to listen to like Shane's podcast back then. Like, I remember listening to like the episode where he said he humped his cat and came on it, and even then I was like, yo, that's gross. And like the way he sang it sounds like he actually fucking did it. And then like when all this shit came to light, like recently with all that stuff, I'm like, oh, it was all jokes. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But as I saw like everything in the context of how it was back then, I'm like, all right, that's kind of fucking weird. Like the way he talks to that kid,
of course,
the way he's doing this, like,
when it all adds up. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I think my honest opinion is that it really was all just him being edgy. but
Right.
that's not that much better than the alternative. Like, it's still pretty disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you make a career, no, I don't want to say a career. I don't think that built his career. I think his career was a mix of that and blackface. But also, no. I take that. That was said in kind of jest, but
yeah.
kind of jest. But yeah, I think that if you make those jokes, but you make them enough, and then we hear them in kind of confidence. I mean, not confidence, but even when your friends are kind of like, dude, back off. We've heard you say this before. Don't say that.
Yeah.
There's just there's just too many breadcrumbs to not make it a straight up garlic bread of badness.
I like that
That
metaphor.
is true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about this the other day.
I just made that up.
Yeah.
I like that. I was thinking about this the other day. I feel like Shane and Onision, even they both kind of like lived in that time on the internet where it was like, if you were like a hot boy with like long hair,
Get away with anything, man.
Yeah, you had all these like fucking, these chicks flocking to you. I mean, they were way too fucking young, but they really like put on that facade, and it seems like they were just like, oh, this is what they want. They want me to be like outwardly sexual. They want me to be fucking weird. But I feel like, Shane, having like the past that he had, I feel like he just kind of like took it a few steps too far, and just it's really, really not a good look. Not at all.
But isn't that the norm to a certain degree? That like what we hear about is certain like online personalities that, we'll just say specifically certain male personalities.
Yeah.
Whether they play a certain video game, whether they are, they make a certain kind of review or whatever they do, it generally ends up being kind of like that fangirl syndrome that you saw. You remember when the Beatles showed up to America? Have you ever seen black and white footage of that shit?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The girls are just like crying and fainting in the audience. You know what I mean? Like, but that exists. I mean, that exists today too. And it exists with certain personalities. And it does kind of warrant it just makes you a little bit more cautious and makes you want to. I don't know how much accountability they had back in the day because they were so big, but we live in an era where we have commentators or we have like victims coming out and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
where it doesn't the gravity of your popularity is not necessarily a shield to being caught. And people are going to call you out. The community is going to call you out. Victims are going to call you out.
And they should.
Absolutely. But I think that there was such a long period of time where that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And there is a period for those guys where it doesn't happen, that they just kind of think for that brief period of time that, holy shit, like that Austin Jones guy or whatever, like you're getting away with this. It's been like 3 years.
Yeah.
Nobody's fucking called me out. I'm fucking untouchable. That has to become
absolutely.
the mentality.
And then
For
when
sure.
they do get called out, it's like, wait, no, I was in a really dark place.
Yeah. They do the sigh,
Yeah.
the no makeup.
Oh yeah.
By the way,
Guys.
okay. I mean,
Classic.
we might as well touch on it a little bit. There is a new trend, which I have to say, in a way, I'm a fan of it because it gives us good information about creeps, which is that people are starting to out themselves. Like,
Oh yeah.
that's a big
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
We had a guest. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to say it anymore. But we had a guest on our show who outed himself as a sex offender towards a 15-year-old. So we did that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
And we deleted that episode real quick and denounced him entirely.
Good on you guys.
But I was glad that he did it. Not that he did the deeds, but like that he just straight up said, I did this. Because it's like, okay, now I know, creep, just get the fuck away. Like,
Yeah.
no one had to expose him. He was just like, yeah, I was an adult. She was really young. And it was really
I saw
inappropriate.
that too. Like I think I saw
Do
that.
we
on Twitter.
do we think that that's the problem? Do we think that popularity is the problem? Do we think that this power goes to people's heads, especially when they're like, early 20s or mid whatever, like in that kind of weird phase of their life? Is this
I'd say
a
yes
thing?
and no.
I think it can, because if you've got these people that maybe they were never good with talking to girls, and now they have this one thing that kind of lets them do that.
Yeah, but I'm also going to say I think pedophilia is the problem. Like,
well, yeah, I mean that.
Well, yeah, I mean
that's where it
inherently,
starts. But the having a following and being able to use that following, that power over the heads of these people who are already kind of impressionable. I mean that when you give somebody like that power, that's where it really gets dangerous.
Exactly.
See, I think that makes more sense to me. I think that what Jay just said makes more sense. I don't necessarily think that it has to do with how old they are in some cases. I think it is about the power. I think, like, look, let's just say you made a channel and it just so happened that your audience primarily was 40-year-old married women. Am I to assume that that person who's got like 200,000 married women, 40-year-old women, are not going to fucking want to fuck that dude or whatever the case may be, and that something's going to happen? I think the age of the people, yes, in some cases like Austin Jones, obviously, or Onision, sure, but and that's kind of a guy thing in general, but whatever. But I will say that in terms of what happens with audiences and the power dynamic, I do think that it is like, what can you get? What can you get when you got that much power and you're not used to having that power? You don't know how to responsibly handle that.
And you're already a sleaze to begin with.
Exactly that. Yes, sure.
But
absolutely.
But then you do get the people like you mentioned, like Austin Jones, who was saying stuff like, wouldn't it be funny, lol, if you twerked your butt at me and you said I'm 14 on the camera?
No, would it be funny if you spread your butt cheeks, showed me your asshole, and told me you were 14?
Very specifically incriminated me on camera by saying 14, like specifically. Just awful. Ugh.
Man, did you ever see those
weird.
videos where he was like the videos that he sent to these girls, where it was like his face and he's like looking at the camera and he had these giant bags under his eyes like he hadn't slept in a week. It's the most disturbing thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad that guy's locked up.
Yeah.
He didn't get enough twerking videos. He was up all night fucking hitting up girls.
Right.
I hope he's getting his cellmates to twerk on him.
Oh my God! Yeah, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what's happening.
He's just trying to get like 45-year-old bubbas to be like people to say like, "This ass is 14."
Yeah,
just imagine.
Spread your ass cheeks and twerk for me.
By the way, just an open challenge here for anyone who's either been on the show or we want on the show. Can you, if you are a pedophile, can you say so we can just write you off?
Raise your hand.
Just so you know.
Just save us some trouble, please.
Attention, all pedo gamers. Raise your hand.
So just all gamers. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
God. That was a good conversation. I feel like it was really in depth. I feel like we covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, I will say, hey, listen, any pedos out there that are listening, let me tell you something.
Spread your ass cheeks.
Any girl that's a fucking, spread your ass cheeks. Show me your butthole.
Yeah.
No, any pedos out there, dude, I guarantee you, any girl that you hit up that's super young is going to tell everybody about what fucking happened. So just do yourself a favor and don't think you have any secrets.
No,
because that ain't fucking happening. It's gonna come and catch you in the ass. Just don't do it. It's bad. It's just bad for everybody.
And also, on the other side of that, don't lie about accusations, because that also kind of devalues the real ones. I've noticed. You know, this is when people like spread the false information. It's like, okay, well, the real ones are gonna not look so real. You know, so there, I think there's two sides to that.
Yep,
absolutely, 100%, 100%. Yep.
Because some people, some people have power, but some people want power. Some people want that clout. So they're like, oh, I'll fucking say he told me to spread my butt cheeks.
Yeah, no, you're right. We've definitely seen plenty of cases where people have abused the Me Too movement and whatnot. I know that's a very negative thing to say, and I'm sorry, but
it's true.
But it's true.
Yeah,
people
I mean,
weaponized it, and it hurts everybody. It hurts all the real victims out there, and it. Look, when the proof comes out, that's kind of when we know. Obviously, it doesn't always come out in every case, but when it does, it really, really fucking hurts everybody.
Yeah.
It hurts the victims of it, and it hurts the people who perpetrated it, and it hurts the movement that people are trying to promote.
And creates new victims. I mean,
Yep.
just
Absolutely.
a different
Mhm.
thing, but it
Yeah.
definitely hurts with like character assassination and all that, leaving stigma behind. If people did build a following and they get fucked like that, it's like, people don't want to associate with them anymore.
I feel bad for Johnny
Yep.
Depp.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about
Awesome.
doing a video on the Johnny Depp situation.
Please do.
You
That'd be a
should.
great idea.
I think I might.
A summary, yeah, dude, a summary of that whole thing,
Yeah.
because a lot of people, they just caught all that piecemeal shit like
Yeah.
throughout,
Mm.
It's hard to keep
Yeah.
up with when there's new developments all the time, which is kind of the one thing holding
Yeah.
me back is I might give it a bit more time to cover it and wait for
because
things
you
to
don't,
happen.
because you don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. Yeah.
But it could be interesting.
So you heard it here
Oh.
first.
Yeah,
Coming soon. This summer.
soon-ish.
Aubrey
sometime.
Studios 82.
Yeah, that on that channel.
Featuring Lars from the first podcast as a cameo.
course,
What-
yeah.
Sorry, I was clearing my throat.
Naturally.
Can you do Lego commentary? Is that a genre?
Because
if not, you should invent it.
Honestly, yeah, I'm sure if people do character stills, you could probably just.
I feel like
animate.
if you can do
Yeah.
Jobby the Hong, like he does, like that kind of stuff with action figures, you could do it for Lego.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's got to be a way. Sure,
Yeah.
there's a demographic for that.
All right. Do you guys want to take some questions, by the way?
Sure.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Okay.
Sounds
Guys, if you're in the audience and you want to give a
Cool.
live question, we'll take like maybe 2 if people have any good ones.
I'm going to take a piss.
good. Sounds
Oh, yeah.
good.
Yeah. Okay. So Cosmic Matt has one.
I like people are just announcing they have a question.
Yeah, yeah, just letting us know. Don't.
Yeah.
The anticipation is what I like.
No, that's
Right.
no, that's how we do it because we want him to be able to give it on air.
Okay.
Go ahead, bud. Matt.
Oh, they come in. Oh, cool.
Matt.
Sorry. Hey.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
It was actually a question for Mick because I'm getting into voice acting and getting my demo done soon. I was just going to ask him what the process of that is like and how that was for
Well,
him.
too bad.
I think he's
Oh, he's
peed.
not here.
Let's take a piss.
My bad.
Do you have any questions for us?
I got to think these things ahead of time, man.
All right. Well, thanks for nothing.
Put me on the spot here.
All right. I'm just
He'll
messing
be
with
back.
you, Matt.
He'll be back.
Okay.
Wait, you guys heard my pee?
No, we
no,
just,
no.
No,
You'll hear in the
no.
edited version what just happened there.
Yeah.
Okay. Michael 1, you're on.
All right. So
Oh.
y'all can hear
Whoa.
me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we definitely can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to be
My
too
past
loud.
self can hear you.
Oh God. Yeah. Sorry. For getting too close to the mic, but I have a question for Jonathan here.
Sure.
But first off, I just want to say, just keep up the great work and what you're doing, man. Honestly,
Thank
I
you.
love all your work. And
I
yeah,
appreciate that.
but
All right, thanks for your
I-
question, bud.
but I do just want to ask this one thing. Will you ever make a documentary on like the entirety of Lego, if anything? Because I feel like you would excel in that.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. Like Lego is like as a company, like as a product, or like the Lego
The dark
community
side
on
of
YouTube.
Lego.
There's definitely there's some interesting sides to the Lego community on YouTube.
I mean,
That
I
could
feel
be
like
maybe
something that
interesting.
you have already experienced.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I've got a lot of, experience in.
Yeah.
But depending on the angle I took, I don't know. I've never
right.
really considered it, but I wouldn't rule it out.
All right.
Just depends.
All right, thank you, Michael 1, for your question.
Thanks for coming on.
That's good.
All right. By the way, someone actually did have a question for Mick, but they gave it and you were peeing.
Yeah, no, I
Oh,
can
yeah.
answer it in the chat. I'd much rather you have your guests fucking answer questions, dude. I'm a cameo.
Okay. Well, I mean, at this point, you've been on for like an hour and a half, so
We've been going
I'd say
that
Mick
long.
is a guest.
Well, then I'll answer, but then just make sure that these guys also get their questions too.
okay. Well, we'll do one more for you, and then one for the other two. Cosmic Matt, do you want to ask the question again?
Sure.
Okay.
I was going to ask you, Mick. I'm getting my voice demo done soon for commercial voiceover, and I know that you do a lot of voice work. And I was wondering what that process
You have a good
was like
voice,
for you.
by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
In terms of putting it out there,
Yeah.
I mean, I think having it done, you have it done already?
No, I'm going into it. I've got my wish list set up and
Okay.
everything, and gonna have a meeting about it.
Oh, so you haven't started it yet?
No.
Okay. Is the person that you're working with, I mean, have they done this before, or is this
It's a casting house. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. So they'll have something for you. So are you asking what you're going to do that after you're done?
Yeah, I was just sort of asking what the experience was like for you, and
You know, the first demo you ever do, I promise you, is going to be something you look back and kind of laugh at, like your first YouTube video or something like that. You're going to look back at it and be like, "Oh my God, that's what I did." But at the same time, so long as you put in everything you got, and if you trust the person that's directing you, that you get the versatility that you need in that demo, just make sure. I mean, they'll know what needs to happen. It'll be about a minute plus. You'll probably have like 6 different kind of types that you're doing in there into the scripts. I don't know if you're pulling from a book or whatever, like in terms of like existing like car ad, toy ad, or whatever, if it's commercial specifically. But I would just say that just let that be the first one you do. And if it's professionally produced, that's cool. And that's something you should definitely promote, but don't let that just kind of be like I worked out for 2 hours, so now I'm good for the rest of the year until I get a job. Like, you put it out there, but then you keep recording, you keep doing things, you keep pushing and all that kind of stuff. And then hopefully they get it to the right people, or you get it to the right people, which is going to be, at this point, my knowledge in terms of who to get things out to is kind of limited. I will say that there are definitely, like, there's Actors Access, there's Voices 123, there's lots of places that you can place your demo. Have it online, have it accessible, have it easy for anybody to get to. And don't ever be afraid to share it. Don't be an annoying asshole about it, but certainly don't be afraid to promote it, because a lot of people are almost embarrassed that they're doing certain things. Like, they don't necessarily want to tell people what they're working on. I would say make sure that you do remind people that it is something you do in a way that's kind of natural, not overbearing, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But I think your natural voice and not that I'm a casting director, but I think your natural voice just sounds nice. You have a very nice voice.
Thank you.
It is very nice.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that. Do you have good recording equipment at home?
Yeah, I've got a whole setup. I've got my interface, and I've got condenser mic and a dynamic mic. So
your space doesn't sound like it has any residual sound at all, too. So yeah, no, I mean, especially now with Corona and everything like that, like a lot of people are casting from home right now, rather than studios. So this would be probably one of the best times to try to get your demo out there and your name out there, and to hit as many casting directors as you can, because even if they don't hire you, they hear your audition, and a lot of times they'll be like, nope, not for this job. But at the very least, they're like, oh, that doesn't sound too bad. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yep.
All right.
That's the best advice I can give.
Thank you for a very good
thanks.
answer.
That was great advice.
Beautiful.
You got it,
And
man.
thanks, Matt.
Thank you for coming on. And I did want to add that if you're at a restaurant and you see a casting director, definitely do go up to them while they're eating and pester them until they offer you.
Yes.
Go up to them and do Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Okay. Moderator Ken wants to come on and ask a question to Dweebo.
Oh, that's me. Yeah.
That is you.
That is me.
All right. Doplex.
Yes. What did Lars DM you and tell you to ask me?
Oh, he said, what do you say at the barber or the salon to get your hair that dope? Lex?
I say, bro, you want to fucking kiss? And then it's because my girlfriend cuts my hair, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
Well, I would hope.
Yeah.
And I call her bro.
If you guys aren't aware, Doplex is a hair guy. He has like really cool flippy hair all the time. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you, King.
You know that hairstyle, long on the top, short on the sides?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to pioneer the opposite. Long on the sides, bald on top.
Right. Like a.
So
It's
like
become a fryer. It's like
That's
the default.
so
Like a
old.
fryer,
Yeah, it's Fryer, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think
exactly.
we can bring it back. I mean,
like
yeah,
very
like 1500s.
long, like to your
Bring
butt.
it
needs a
back.
resurgence.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for everyone who asked a question, by the way.
Aging hippie.
I appreciate your
Yes.
questions, guys.
Thank you for the questions.
Okay, let's go down the list. Let's do it from top to bottom. Jonathan, where can people go to find your stuff?
Just J Aubrey on YouTube. Then J Aubrey YT is all of my social medias, and by that I just mean Twitter and Instagram, basically.
And Dynamax, where can people go to find your stuff?
YouTube.com/Doplex TV or Dynamax TV or
Jokes
Dragplex.
aside, yeah, his real name is Doplex. If you're looking for him.
I do appreciate your commitment to the bit, though. I like how every time you refer to me, it was different. That was really good. Very, very impressive.
Ricepirate, do you have any release stuff for people to check out right now, or?
Yeah, I do. I got some really hot shit coming out. You can check it out on J Aubrey or Dynaplex, Doplex. Yeah, it's fucking right there, guys. If you want to see some of that shit, check it out because it's worth your time.
Thank you, King.
And the Patreon for those boys is patreon.com/T1podcast. Guys, if you've been tuning in for a while and you want to get bonus episodes of the show that only you guys get to listen to, some really sneaky, stealthy, awesome, experimental, funny stuff. Patreon.com/T1podcast. 6 cents a day gets you started. You can get early listening privileges, a funny role in the Discord, and more. And what else am I missing, Joe?
You can follow me on TikTok as Disney Joey and Joey Cooks, and YouTube at Joey as Disney Joey. That's it.
All right.
Cool.
Also, Raid Legends. If you join now, you can
Raid Shadow Legends.